everyone, my name is Mark, I'm your driver, and today we are taking a look at this. This is the 2024 Maserati Grecale GT. It has a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine making 296 horsepower and 330 and a bit pound-feet of torque. It is sent to the ground through an 8-speed ZF 8 HP automatic transmission, which means it's reliable, it's quick shifting, and it's incredibly smooth. And I mean, just look at it. It looks fantastic. The color, Verde Royale, is absolutely stunning. And I mean, hopefully with that beautiful sparkle, you can see why. But on the inside, it's got beautiful brown leather interior. It's got the upgraded sound system, and it's actually a David Beckham X Maserati edition. So this is a David Beckham edition Maserati Grecale GT, painted in the most British combination of colors imaginable, which is just perfect brown and green. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna jump in, show you guys around, and we'll take this thing for a drive and see what it's like. Inside the Maserati Grecale, you are going to notice a few things. First and foremost is just the varied materials that they have in here. They've got some darker leather up top that is nice and plush with some stitching. You've got this beautiful open pore wood with just this really, really nice texture in it. You've got your nice brown leather with stitching down here, which is all soft, wraps around here for your armrest, which is nice and soft. This isn't soft, but it's still leather and it's still stitched. And you've got some knurling around the button there for when you open it up. And you still have some softer touch materials all the way down the door, so you're never dealing with some of that really scratchy, ugly, nasty plastic that you really want to be avoiding at all costs in a vehicle that costs this much. So door cards are beautiful, upper dash is beautiful stitched leather, even down here, like down by the vent, this is all soft and cushy. This isn't soft, but it's all leather wrapped and stitched. And you've got these beautiful design elements here that are all soft and stitched. And you've got these knurled knobs up top for your climate vents. They all feel very nice and well made and satisfying. You've got your big clock up here that works with Amazon Alexa integration and the map system, like the default map system in here. And it also has a bunch of different options that we'll explore later. The paddle shifters, big and real. Moving over to the center, you've got your metal bottomed cup holders. I don't know what purpose they serve, but they look really upscale and nice. Right here, you've got your felt line center console, so your stuff isn't rattling around. Over here, you've got more of that beautiful open pore wood. You can open this up, you can open this from either side. I like how that mechanism works. It feels nice, looks nice. And you've got some more felt line storage for your things, wireless charger, and a spot to put your legs that is also cushioned and padded. This is all leather. Everything feels nice. Nothing creaks, nothing rattles. Everything is wrapped in soft, soft leather. This is a very, very nice place to be. Let's go check out the back seats and then we'll get this on the road. As always, I will be sitting behind myself at 6'3" in a comfortable, relaxed driving position. So this would be if I was maybe a little bit inconsiderate to the people behind me, but even still, I can fit just fine. This area here scoops out so that my legs can fit. You have this kind of one-piece map pocket that's really soft inside. Wow, you would never ever scratch an iPad if you put that in there. My feet slide all the way underneath the seat in front of me. The rear backrests here don't recline at all, but they're sort of at a good enough angle that if I slouch down, I can kind of get comfortable. Plenty of headroom. My head does touch if I sit up perfectly straight, but then again, I am quite tall. The rear door cards, really, really nice. Beautiful, beautiful soft leathers up top. A ton more of this beautiful open pore wood. Nice metal speaker grills, and of course, some more of that stitching and lovely, lovely leather everywhere. In the back seat, you do have some climate controls back here. You have controls for your temperature, heated seats, where the air comes out, and you do have a Type A and a Type C. That is perfect. Cup holders, little spot for your phone there. This is a pretty nice place to be back here. And with the panoramic sunroof, it is letting in a ton of light. This is a pretty dang nice place to be. Oh, I love this color combo so much. This is the interior color that I would have if I bought one of these. It is just so flattering. It is so classy. It's kind of old school. It's just really cool. Alrighty, back in the front seats. Let's get this on the road for a drive. does take a moment there to get the engine actually fired on, but the actual spinning up and starting of the engine is very quick, very smooth. Now over here in the middle, we've got our infotainment system with our climate controls and all of that stuff. Now, normally I would hate this. This would be like my nightmare. However, the buttons are very legible, the screen looks great, and it's separated out, so I don't have to menu dive in this one to do stuff on this one. This display is dedicated for your quick access controls, things that you're actually going to use every day, and this is for stuff that you'd need to interact with less, right? So I've got my turbo pressure, torque, and oil pressure up here, but down here I've got temperature, you know, ESC off, your parking sensors can be enabled, disabled, auto start stop can be turned on and off, you've got different lighting settings, your clock settings, seat settings like memory, and ambient lighting settings down here. Now, the climate page, I should have a huge issue with it because it's all kind of tap. And I don't like that because it's very distracting and hard to hit while you're driving. So what they've done is if I just smear my finger across this display, I can still adjust the controls. So if I want to bring my temperature up, I can just slide my finger really wherever I want on this half of the display. Now, you can do it like that, or you can do it with the buttons, but I prefer this because it's easier while you're driving to just do that instead of having to find the little buttons and tap them. So yeah, climate screen works very well. I'm happy with that. Let's get this on the road. We are going to start us off in comfort mode. I think GT is my personal favorite, but we'll start off in comfort mode. Comfort mode just totally slackens everything off. Now, although this doesn't have the air suspension or skyhook suspension that the Modena has, this does still offer you some pretty good variability in between the different drive modes. So in comfort mode here, the throttle's very slow, everything is just very linear and relaxed. This drives how the brown interior looks, which is relaxed, but still quite engaging around a turn. The steering's good, it's nice and direct. The wheel has a nice thin rim to it, so you don't feel like you're grabbing this big chunky thing. Now, as far as our displays go, I've set this one up so that you guys can keep an eye on where the power is going, so our torque management for the all-wheel drive system. Our mechanical gauges to what the turbo, torque, and oil pressure is looking like, and then I've just put the drag race one up there because I think that's just a bit of fun. Up here in the gauges, I've put the 48-volt mild hybrid system, which we will touch on later so that we can see what the e-boost function is doing. This is very, very comfortable. Steering is light, you can just pilot it around with just a finger. But now let's say we want to have a little bit of fun. We go into sport mode, things tighten up, grab a paddle. Woo! Oh, okay, it handles really well. Oh, and it sounds pretty good too. Okay, so it handles well. Handles like it should. Even though it's not on the air suspension, it still handles fantastically. You don't need air suspension to get a car to handle well. Powertrain tuning is just exceptional. It's so smooth, even though it makes a ton of torque. It doesn't just hit you with it all at once. Even though this does have a 48-volt e-boost supercharger, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little minute, but even though it has all this torque and it's able to make it super low down, it doesn't overwhelm you with it. It's not overly boosty or overly torquey or overly surgy. Like, just so smooth. And the ZF 8-speed is just buttering the gear changes. Like, the gearbox is just in total old man mode. It's fantastic. It just blends and slurs those shifts together. It's so smooth. Now, I would like to talk briefly about the E-supercharger, just real quick. They don't call it that in the literature, they call it the E-boost system. Now, the mild hybrid part of this car, and everybody just jumped in their seat a little bit when I said mild hybrid, but it's got a belt-driven starter generator that turns the car on and off. Okay, that's pretty basic stuff. Most mild hybrids have that. It doesn't really add a lot of power, if any. What the system does do is recapture that energy, put it into the battery in the back, which is a very small, think of like a drill battery type thing. And then, like right here, it's charging. And then when you need it, it uses a motor to spin up a little electric compressor to sort of pre-feed the engine compressed air before the turbo has a chance to spool. So whenever you kind of tip into the throttle, it's spooling. It's spooled, like it's done. So right there, it's supplying just little bits of kind of pre-compressed air before the turbo has a chance to, you know, work at higher RPMs. And it's interesting because you can actually hear it a little bit at low speeds. You can hear this kind of noise that doesn't correspond with load the same way that a turbo car does. Anyways, it's very cool, and all works to make this thing respond quicker, be sportier, and just more fun and entertaining to drive. It's trying to add more charisma to, I don't know, otherwise, you know, not charisma-less engine, but it's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. But at least in this case, it's twin-charged. If I stick it in 6th gear, even though we're in comfort mode, so it gives us instant torque. A little bit of delay with those shifts. But you can see as the turbo picks up, it gets rid of E-boost. So it only really happens when you stab the throttle or are kind of getting up to speed. It's really only used to help. It's not a full twin turbo system. Yeah, so it's got the torque, it's got power. Go back into our sport mode. Do ESC off. Oh, that's much snappier. Rotates nicely. Oh, this thing moves. And it just drives how you want it to. The front end doesn't push, it rotates really nicely. The brakes are really well calibrated and really, really easy to control. Oh, and you get those little cracks from the upshift. It's got some character. This thing is just, it's the best of both worlds. It's the best of sitting here in a beautiful leather seat with the Sonus Faber audio system, my analog clock. Yeah, we'll do pedals. We can see what my feet are doing. And yeah, like, just a really nice place to be. The attention to detail is fantastic. I feel well swaddled in luxury. You know, the leather extends all the way down past the glove box, down past where most other cars, even at this price point, are starting to get scratchy plastics. But this one, nope. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time and then we're gonna wrap this up, because I'm in love with how this thing drives and how it handles. It's a lot of fun. And we're gonna demonstrate the E-supercharger here, because I'm not gonna brake boost or anything. I'm just gonna stand on the throttle and see how it gets itself off the line. It gets itself off the line briskly. There's no waiting for that turbo to spool. It just has power already ready for ya. It's twin charged. And yeah, with that, it's really well appointed, really nice. Everything is just covered in leather or beautiful upholstery materials. This wood, I absolutely love. You feel so much of it. It's textured, it's nice, but it's not rough. It doesn't feel like it's going to give you splinters, and it doesn't look dated or like it's come off of a piece of, you know, your grandparents' furniture. Now, it does have the little placard because this is the David Beckham edition, which is still so funny to me, but the spec is beautiful, so I can't hate. You've got your clock up there, which we can, I suppose, move back to a true clock. You have a bunch of different screens and really easy to use infotainment. It's not fussy, it's easy to figure out. I spent like 10 minutes learning it in the parking lot, and I'm already pretty well adapted to it, which is more than I can say for some cars. It's got the panoramic sunroof. I really like it in here. I really like this interior. I like that even though the climate controls have been digitized, they have sort of alternative means of interfacing with it that don't suck, right? Okay, that maybe could be a little bit better, but it's all dead easy in here. It's dead easy. I'm not overwhelmed. So yeah, that is the Grecale David Beckham edition, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.